This video speaks to the position of laboratory specialist. The lab specialist, LS, is a position that is required for portfolios that have buildings which contain laboratories. This information is provided as a source of general interest for all interested parties. May be used by human resource personnel as a base to develop job requirements for positions required to be filled within your company. May also be used by job seekers to provide an understanding of advertised job positions and allow them to write their resume in a manner that suits the advertised or non-advertised position. This information was gathered and collected from many job post sources: newspaper job section, business magazines, company websites, and the internet in general. It presents a cross-section of the needs and requirements of many diverse industries, especially the building facility management, operations, and maintenance requirements. The LS would typically answer to the technical service manager, facility manager, and first most to the laboratory director, LD. The LD is usually the tenant and is the final decision maker for all things pertinent to the operation of the laboratories. The job description of the LS. The LS must have a full understanding of all laboratory supply air, fume hood, canopy, exhaust arm, also known as a snorkel, and general exhaust systems. The LS must have a full understanding of both constant volume and variable volume fume hood operations. With variable air volume fume hoods, the LS must have a full understanding of the software and hardware with programming of such to maintain laboratory conditions. With constant volume bypass fume hoods, the LS must have a full understanding of the required operating sequences. Laboratory specialists must understand lab pressurization, temperature, and relative humidity controls for the laboratory. The LS must fully understand all test procedures required for fume hood canopy and exhaust arms operational verification. The LS must fully understand all test procedures required to measure supply air volume to the individual laboratory. The LS must fully understand test procedures required to measure laboratory pressurization relative to adjacent areas. The LS must have a full understanding of ASHRAE 10 guidelines for fume hood verification for sash face velocity tests, smoke pencil, smoke containment, and gas tracer tests. In Canada, the LS must have a full understanding of both ASHRAE 110 and MD 152-28 guidelines for fume hood verification for sash face velocity tests, smoke pencil, smoke containment, and gas tracer tests. Note that ASHRAE instructs how the fume hood test to be done, while MD 151-28 instructs as to how the test should be done and what constitutes the fail of a fume hood. In Canada, for all government departments, MD 151-28 supersedes ASHRAE 110. The LS will write specifications detailing how approved contractors are to do the fume hood, canopy, and exhaust arm annual verification tests. The LS will review the resultant report and report to the laboratory director the results of the tests with discussion of any fume hoods that have failed. It is the laboratory department head who will decide if a fume hood is to come out of service for adjustment or repair. The job qualifications for such. The LS is usually a technologist or tradesman who has been trained in the functions of a laboratory systems. The LS should have a minimum of 3 years related experience. The LS must have a full understanding of air balance principles. The LS must have a full understanding of ASHRAE 110 and MS 15128 guidelines. It is most important that he or she have good people skills, and as important, that the laboratory specialist must have good computer skills. Thank you. The end.